So this is the US oil analysis for Monday, the 16th of July. Now let's just have a look at prices and where prices may likely go. So previously we had price come down towards 69.51. Had a bullish bounce, breaking above the 70.79, came pretty close towards a perfect test of that 400 period moving average, from which we've seen the sell side momentum take us back below the 70.79, tested, rejected, had a brief rally, could not go for another test of 70.79, from which we have seen a bit of a sell-off here in the US oil, broken below the 69.51, from which we have seen prices trade all the way down towards a 68.19, where we currently trade beyond 68.19 currently. We are at 68.04. If we do see price progression to the downside, we'll see our price direct towards 67.73, 67.12, after which we're looking for 66.71 before a key level of the 65.60 here on US oil. That's if we are to see this continuation here to the downside. If, however, we are able to find support either at the 67.73, 67.12, or even the 66.71, possibly looking to target the from 66.71, 67.12, which shouldn't be too much of an effort, after which we're looking for 67.73, 68.19. If there is sufficient volatility to the upside, 69.51, previously active support. We'll see whether it does act as resistance on a test from below. Wouldn't anticipate prices moving much beyond 69.51 to the upside unless we do have fundamental catalyst to drive prices beyond 69.51, in which case we're looking for price head up towards that 70.79. What we'll do now is have a look at the higher time frames to see how prices are developing here on the US oil. So on US oil, we get scale on here correct. So on this monthly chart, we can see we've had a very strong month to last month. We were trending upwards. A very strong month, closed near the highs, and so far this month we're pretty much giving up most of those gains, and we're pretty much near. We're pretty close towards last month's open. So we're pretty much. So let's just rephrase it now. So we are. Let's see, where did we open? We opened it around $67 barrel mark. Currently trading at 68, so we're about $1 away, which shouldn't be too much for oil, as it has been quite volatile. So about $1 away from last month's open. So after seeing such an extended run to the upside, this may just be a pullback before posting higher lows and seeing prices continue on their way upwards on the US oil. Now let's just have a look here at the weekly time frame. So on this weekly time frame, we can see here we've had prices head to the upside, very sharp pullback, very strong reaction after finding some support. Tested the 400 period moving average here on the weekly chart, as well as a $75 a barrel mark, from which we have seen pretty strong sell side momentum come into the market. Notable candles due to their size, open to close, quite bearish. And so far this week, at the start of the week, we've started very bearish also. So for the meantime, we do seem poised for downside momentum, despite the fact that it is counter to the overall trend more recently, which has been to the upside. But price action over the past couple of weeks now has clearly indicated that there is a degree of weakness underlying this market, especially after having such a negative reaction towards that $75 a barrel level. What we'll do now is have a brief look here at the daily chart to see how prices are developing here on the daily chart. So on the daily chart here of US oil, we've seen price coming towards that 75, had this consolidation, pulse this very large bearish engulfing candle, had a brief consolidation here in around the 70.79, after which again we've seen a very sharp sell-off on the 16th here on the US oil. So we're down all the way down towards our 68.19, and if we do break beyond that from a daily chart perspective, I suppose we'll be looking for these lows just here, and those are all the way down at 63.61, while we also had a period of consolidation in around that $65 barrel mark. So in around the 65 or the $63 barrel, could potentially find support for a move to the upside. in which case there remains a possibility of putting in a could be a head and shoulders pattern. So if we did come down here, find support, had a move to the upside to into the low 70s and failed, there is a potential for a head and shoulders pattern and seeing price progression to the downside on US oil. But with that said, that pretty much wraps up the US oil analysis. Thanks for watching.